Hey guys, Desi here. I'm gonna go over the trades that we took today. I know the chart looks kind of messy right now, but I would explain each zone that I marked out and why I had it marked out. So, first and foremost, this purple rectangle, this was actually a 15-minute bearish order block. As you can see here, we had this, we had a knife. We were selling off on Tuesday, and then we had this, up candle, and then the next displacement, which took place. So this right here is all a bearish order block. So it'll be just this candle, and you could do the full body or the wick with the body. And this was our short that we took overnight. I had limits at 420 to 423. I had more limits up here. However, we got partial fills and we hit take profits on those overnight. And then obviously this price action wasn't here yet. So this was actually my buy side liquidity area for the morning, was this 40-20 level that I wanted to get swept. However, in the morning, we pushed up to about 40-17. We didn't get the full sweep. I was looking for the sweep to take downside. So I did end up missing some of this downside because I was looking for that sweep at buy side. However, we didn't get it. And then we started pushing lower into this 1 hour fair value gap that I'll show you guys right here. So this 1 hour fair value gap dates all the way back from January 23rd. We created this fair value gap here where we, swept this low that ES made, and then we came back up and started this rally. So we traded back into it today. As you guys can see very cleanly, we respected it very nice. And now let's break it down into the 1 minute chart actually and go over the entry that we took on ES longs. So something to note, there's a lot of concepts that ICT has, and one of them is that, this is a fair value gap, obviously to the downside, that got filled. So when a fair value gap gets filled to down, obviously, so this is, we take shorts here, obviously 1 hour fair value gap is going to overpower a 1 minute fair value gap. So you're going to look for this fair value gap to actually turn bullish. So what did I do is that once we filled it and we're up here, I told everyone I'm setting limits all over this fair value gap. So once we got our full fill, I had my stops down here at 39.97, and I was waiting for this fair value gap to turn into a semi. That's what they call it, SIMI. It's one of the concepts that ICT teaches. And as you guys can see, we came in, we refilled into that fair value gap, we relocated, and price decided to push up. We held it for about 12 points before selling. However, as you guys can see, we totally took out that buy side here right before FOMC minutes took place. So that's kind of quick, a lot. Let me explain it one more time very slowly, or very clearly, I should say. We had our buy side liquidity marked up from overnight. We never got the touch of buy side liquidity, so we had this knife down here. Now we're in the 1 hour fair value gap, and now what you're looking for is some type of structure breaking or whatever it is. This would be the 1 minute structure here, so something like this. Right, this is a 1 minute structure. We got these bounces. We were rejecting. We finally broke out. Obviously, this structure is completely destroyed. And now we're looking for this fair value gap to get filled and hold as support, as we want to target this buy side liquidity since the morning that hasn't got swept yet. And why are we bullish with this, even with this break structure? It's because we're in a 1 hour fair value gap in a higher time frame, which is very bullish as we were holding it. So once we came back and held it, this is pretty much a smooth sailing throughout the day. We're not in a lot of drawdown. We were in drawdown for what? About, once we got our entry, we were down about 1 point, and then we came back up, and we were just floating in profits the whole time. And this is just about holding the trade and actually letting the market do its thing. There are real orders above here. There are real orders that need to get stopped out above 40.20. The price will relocate there. As you guys saw me call out the market live and where it's going to go throughout the day. I was telling you guys we're going to reject here. Once we pulled into this block, or once we pulled into right here, I said we're going to reject and make a new low. That's exactly what we did. And now I was looking for longs down here. And once we got the break of structure, relocated into this fair value gap to turn to a semi, or SIMI. I don't know, too sure how to pronounce it. And then that acted as support, and then we swept that buy side liquidity on top. And then we're just FOMC minutes, and this is just, it did what it was going to do. Chopping, it was volatile. It was moving both ways. I wasn't really interested in this price action. I was more interested in this action here. So I hope that helped. I hope that gave you guys an understanding of why the market does what it does.